Hey, what's going on, geeks? Maxusthebeast is here, and welcome back to another quick little video. Now, back on a video that I did on Halloween talking about burnout, I mentioned that I was open to suggestions for Maxusthebeast on the internet. And with a bit of consideration, I have decided that it would probably be a good idea to give a quick list of do's and don'ts for those suggestions. Because, well, I still plan on doing my own research and finding topics on my own as well for the series. I am interested in hearing and seeing what you all would like me to cover. But at the same time, there are some things that I don't particularly want to delve into, and also want to leave some, I guess, recommendations on the territory that I'd like to cover. So you all would have a general idea of what to recommend. Again, while I'm pretty open to almost anything and everything, I just want to make sure that we're not diving into anything super crazy. So, I think we'll go ahead and start with the don'ts. Firstly, I will not cover beef. I'm not a drama channel, nor do I want to be. So if you see somebody on Twitter, it's like, even if it's somebody famous or whatever, going off to somebody else about this, that, or the other, and be like, oh, what's Maxusthebeast's take on this random Twitter drama? I'm sorry, but I really don't want to get involved with that. One, it's not my place to get into somebody's fight. I don't want to get involved with people. Two, it just feels almost petty to me to get involved in somebody else's situation that I really have no business being there with. I'm not here to take sides in some petty Twitter war. I'm here to make content. I'm not here to profit views or otherwise off of somebody else's business. So, unless somebody is, like, not even towards anybody, just saying stuff in general that's hurtful or whatnot, I might dig into that. Kind of like, or someone says something that's really stupid, I might dive into something like that. Sort of like I did with Ninja's tweet last year about, quote, losing the game twice. Because that whole thing was dumb and was just something kind of interesting to talk about. Just the mindset of being a tryhard and if everything should be taken super seriously. But I'm open to talk about stuff like that. Because it's interesting, it's a conversation that might be worth having, I guess. I don't know, I found it interesting, so do with that what you will. But that sort of thing I'm fine with covering, but otherwise, I don't want part of beef. I don't care about somebody's Twitter feud. Let them deal with it. I don't want to be involved. So again, with a few exceptions, like potentially some misinformation on games or whatever, or heck, even some more beefier stuff, I'll look into suggestions and do my research on the stuff, and we'll see where it goes. But I will look less favorably upon just random Twitter drama because, honestly, it doesn't concern me. It's not my business. I don't care. Secondly, no politics. Look, I know everyone and their mother wants to know where people on the internet stand politically, and maybe someday I'll talk about that. But as of this video, I have no interest in delving into my political views online. Not because I'm ashamed of anything, but it's just not the place. My platform here at this moment is to educate, entertain, what have you. I'm not here to provide political commentary, tell you who you should or shouldn't vote for, what party you should belong to if you're in a nation that uses political parties, which, I mean, most do, but what have you. I'm not here to tell you where your views should be. That's up to you. I'm just not the right person for that. And I don't have any interest in that. So if you leave a suggestion saying, oh, would you please talk about insert politician's name here view on some very real like bill or something? I'm more than likely not going to delve into that because I don't want to get into politics. It's a very dicey conversation that I don't really want a part of, and I don't really feel like it fits what I want to do with this channel at the moment. So, yeah, avoid that, please. Now, there is a small exception to this. I will talk about politics if it has something to do with nerd culture. Like those constant conversations about, do video games cause violence, that a lot of politicians seem drawn to. I will be happy to delve into that sort of thing. Where if nerd culture gets dragged into the field of politics, I'll talk about it. Because then it pertains more to me. Because I'm a gamer. I make videos talking about games or different things in nerd culture or whatnot. That's my field. I can get into that. I'm happy to talk about that sort of thing because, again, it concerns me, concerns something I'm interested in, concerns a hobby, and their whole arguments are usually just, not even usually, are pretty much always just dumb. So I'm happy to delve into that conversation. But if it's just politics in general, like me talking about presidential elections or state elections or heck, just elections in general, I'm not going to be inclined to really delve into that. So again, just make sure it pertains to what I do with this channel. I don't want to delve into anything too serious or super polarizing as things like politics are. I'm not into that sort of thing. At least in terms of YouTube content. In terms of do's, and that pretty much wraps it up for the don'ts. Just leave me out of random beef, and I don't want to talk about politics. In terms of the do's, pretty much anything goes. As long as you mind the gap with the two previous suggestions, the two previous don'ts, pretty much everything else is fair game. Again, just because a suggestion is made doesn't mean that it'll be done immediately, but having those ideas definitely helps and helps me consider what you all will be interested in me talking about. And regardless if I do or don't make a video on whatever topic is brought up, I will do research into it. And maybe the video might not be made on the spot, but somewhere down the line I'll have these suggestions piled up and be like, oh yeah, this was a topic that was interesting, so I might delve into that. And so maybe weeks or months after the suggestion is made, then maybe I'll come back to it and make a new video talking about whatever that topic was. Again, I'm pretty open to talking about all sorts of things. I just, again, want to stay within my realm. I guess a good recommendation on my part to y'all on what to suggest and just the type of thing to suggest. Again, pretty much anything, but I really enjoyed, probably my personal favorite episode of Maxusthebeast on the internet was the one where I talked about the Animal Crossing article made by PETA. I really enjoyed that one. It was a lot of fun to poke holes in their already pretty flimsy argument. That was an enjoyable video. It was a lot of fun to make, and I think it turned out well. So that sort of thing I'd be interested in doing again. So if you guys have any other weird corporate fails or something of that nature that you want to see me dive into, I'm more than happy to. Just send me that direction and I'll see where it goes. I'm also really interested in stuff related to just to nerd culture in general, like comics, games, obviously, and that sort of thing. Movies, shows, you get the idea. And again, just I'm open to a lot of stuff. But those are usually my realms of interest, so I'll still cover stuff outside of just nerd stuff, obviously. But that is probably where I'll be looking most favorably on, at least initially. I'm open to practically anything. Just make sure it's, again, not any of the don'ts. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I just want to quickly say, though, that I do appreciate the support from Maxusthebeast on the internet, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you all are interested in, because I want to make the series better and better as it keeps going along, and I think a good way to do that would be to have more direct involvement from y'all, so I can cover topics that y'all find most interesting. A good way to do that is not just with the YouTube comment section, though. You can also take a peek at the official Maxusthebeast Discord server. A link to it will be in the description down below, and there is a chat room in the server specifically for suggestions, for just constructive criticism for the channel in general, or just suggestions for what kind of videos you want me to make. I'm open to suggestions, and those who provide feedback in that chat room will receive a special role in the server. So do with that what you will. Again, check the description down below for a link to the server, and I will hope to see you all there. And thank you for any feedback or advice that you all can grant with this request. Thank you all for tuning in, and as always, Maxusthebeast is out.